Well, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and we're going to talk about that there primary piece of kit that you need on you at all times, and that's your clothing, boys and girls. Now, this is not about going out looking pretty, about the fashions of the upcoming winter season. This is nothing like that. This is the most important thing you have to keep your ass alive in any given situation. Since we are moving from that there summer type into the fall type situation, and we are a couple months away from that there winter type situation, even though we have had that there snow up there in that there north, man, east, man, and we've had a little bit of snow in that there northern mid, type area, man, of that there United States. And we've also had the largest hurricane on record going into Mexico. And of course, luckily, it hit an unpopulated area, broke up over the mountains, this, there, or the other. And, well, basically, it became a tropical storm, tropical depression. We're going to talk about some stuff. Now, since we are moving into the winter type situation, your coat situation becomes very important. So, having an extra coat in your vehicle becomes something of importance. Now, is this so much important to me when I am not in Kentucky? Maybe not, but it is when I'm in Kentucky, because damn it, folks, it gets cold here. Down in their southern type United States, you may not have heat in your house, but here in the Midwest, it gets very cold. Don't get much snow because it doesn't get that cold, and when we get it, it melts, but that's okay. Now, this is the 511 Tactical Aggressor. Am I promoting this coat? No, but if you have a use for this coat, then it's a coat that's worth having. It is not the cheapest coat. There are other ways out. One thing that it brings you is it brings you a parka which comes down below your butt and will keep you very warm. It has a lot of pockets. It's rain resistant. It has a hood that is hidden. It has an inner fleece layer that is extremely durable. That is not only fleece, but it is also coated in Cordura during its wear points and this, there, or the other, and it just works. Okay, so this coat can be broken up into two coats, and as long as it's not a rain event, of course we have other things to deal with that also, but it's a great coat. Okay. And it works. It works for carrying weapons in a lot of different ways, and it works for just works as a general coat. But mainly, it's for people that have a system and they understand it, and it works within that system. Your hands are also very important. These are wool liners from Filson. Do you have to buy the Filson brand? No, it's like the 511 coat. I just happen to have them. I got a really good deal on them. And those things are sized. These are extra larges that I washed. And once I washed them, of course, they shrank a little bit. And these are large gloves. Those two work together. These are Wells Lamont gloves that I have put Obanoffs on. Now, am I going to waste my time putting Obanoffs on Wells Lamont gloves that I buy at Costco for working? No, because the glove will never make it. I mean, the glove you will shred. So why do that? But the one I throw in the back of my car, I do treat. And that's the only one that I treat, but just for shits and giggles I did. To try and keep water out of it, and to also make it a little more supple, more pliable, and it works a little bit better with the wool inserts. Other types of glove, of course, you can use these mechanics gloves. One glove that I really don't like, and unfortunately I think it's poser wear, is this mechanics glove, and it says Impact Pro and has a leather palm on it and all that crap. And this is poser wear, and I'll go to my grave thinking that, because they have really poorly designed the thumb. If this was all leather, all the way through here and up, then we could talk about it. But right now, this is poser wear, people that don't know how to do shit. These are the type of gloves they will show up with. I bought 2 of them for testing. I still have that one. And every time I put it in a kit, I get pissed off because I hate it that much. These gloves, these utility gloves, which are half the price or maybe a third of the price, are equally as, will do as much work as those. And I'm easier on them because I'm not expecting them to be super heavy duty, and they just work. If you are in a really cold situation and you will have to do a lot of work, you may go to something like this, and these are Mountain Hardwear gloves, and these are for actual expedition type work where you're doing a lot of work, and they are heavy Cordura leather, and then of course heavy Cordura on the back also. But they're extremely well made. They're extremely expensive, and but they really work. Keep your hands dry. Allows you to do a lot of work. You lose a lot of the dexterity that you can keep with these, but in a super cold environment, these are, gloves like these are ones that I use. Now, something that I made a video back on a long time ago, and I don't know what channel it's on. I don't know if it's on this channel or the other channels. Of course, a beanie. This is just an acrylic beanie from Under Armour. Would I recommend you buying this beanie? No, this is just a standard acrylic beanie with some kind of liner in it. I try to stay away from the wool ones just because my head, my skin is very greasy, and my shit gets really funky really quick, and I want to wash it, and I really get pissed off when I have a wool cap or a wool something that I wash and it comes out about the size of a postage stamp, and it doesn't even matter how I wash it. Wash it on cold with woolite, or hand wash it, and that thing shrinks up like, and it's like, I'm not okay. Same reason I actually buy these in a larger size, an extra large, and then wash them and get them shrunk down a little bit. But that's just the way it goes, man. And these are things that you just need to have access to in the wintertime, because they will actually save your bacon. Most of your heat, of course, is lost out of your head. And of course, this is a watch cap or whatever you want to call it, and I'm sure the hip and trendy kids have some fucking really gay ass name for what the hell it is, but it's just I don't know. It's a watch cap or a beanie or whatever the hell. So these are just some of the suggestions and things I found that actually work in my environment. Of course, the coat is just because I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of shit, and I've seen a lot of paranoia and a lot of crazy crap out there. So I'm going to try to stay away from your fucking ass as much as I possibly can if I'm out in something, in an emergency type situation, because there's a difference between acting nutty on a damn video and real stupidity. That's like out in the real world. When you meet me, I'm going to become I'm a vastly different person than I am on video. I'm way nicer, way more crazy, way more entertaining. In reality, I'm really a prick and really don't give a shit. And it's not, this, that, or the other. It's just the way it is. It's just who I am as a person. But this stuff works. You choose the color of your choice. You choose the brand of your choice. You do a lot of stuff, but you got to stay away from a lot of the hype and a lot of bullshit, because a lot of it doesn't work. I deal with a lot of weapons. I deal with a lot of things, and the ability that this tactical aggressor coat gives me affords me a lot of options. I can open carry on my side, reach my handgun. I can concealed carry in a lot of different ways. It has a lot of different options that I like in my life. But anyway, it's guns, knives, and watches, man, and you better be ready, man, because you never know what's going to happen. You got that there superstorm, whatever the hell the last one's name was, down there, hit that there Mexico, and where there's one a whole lot of people, man. What happens if turns into another Andrew, or turns into another, whatever. Of course, that storm was supersized because of the El Nino effect that's currently going on. The strongest El Nino in the Pacific. But that same event, given the right conditions, could create a hell of a snow event or an ice event, south of the snow event, like typically happens, and really decimate a tremendous number of people. Of course, this time of year, that's not much of a problem, but we're just this year's just starting, this storm season. It hadn't, it's been pretty, even though we've had a few of them, they haven't been that bad, and we haven't had any real damage yet. But the next Sandy or the next whatever is always right around the corner. Just like we learned over the asteroid thing, which I'm kind of pissed off about. But I'm pissed off at humanity in general about that whole event, because there's a lot of paranoid fuckers out there. They talk about the Shemitah, and they talk about this, and they talk about that. The real events are going to... Civilizations don't burn up. They just kind of slowly die out. It's just the way it works. Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane this, that, or the other. They're isolated events. If you get caught in them, you need to be prepared. Just like the people who got caught out in the Atlantic on the ship, and the ship damn broke down where they were trying to get out in front of the hurricane, get away from the hurricane. Shit happens. And your clothing is your primary form of protection in any environment. Your tire blows out. You blow a radiator hose. Your alternator dies. What are you going to do? This is Guns, Knives, and Watches. Peace out.